What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Anime Vanguards video. Today I'm going to be showcasing the new Hercule unit, aka Mr. Satan, aka Hercule, aka the better Jotaro, aka a literal stand user. And honestly, before we actually get into the showcase, I will say he is an absolute excellent support. And his damage, it isn't great, but the support he gives is really good, so I would highly recommend getting him. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the showcase and show you how he works. Before I start this showcase, question of the day: what is your favorite unit out of the entirety of Update 5? This could be any unit like Gohan, Goku, Vegito, and any one of them. Either way, let's go ahead and start the showcase. Let's go ahead and place him down. So you're gonna see immediately I have some extra units in my hotbar that are relevant to the showcase, and you're gonna see why very soon. First, let's go ahead and look over his passive real quick. His first passive is whenever this unit attacks, he has a 30% chance to do no damage. This no longer applies when he unlocks his second passive, which is titled When Mr. Boo Arrives. He also increases money earned by any farm unit on the map by 2% per upgrade on this unit. So if I go ahead and place down some Speedwagons, let's go ahead and just upgrade them all the way so you can see a real difference here. And we're going to go ahead and upgrade him just maybe once, and you're going to see that's already quite a bit extra. And we're going to go ahead and upgrade him more times up to his second attack, which is a bigger circle AoE. And we're going to go ahead and look at this again, and that is even more extra money. I'm actually pretty sure here. Let's go ahead and delete Gohan for a minute because we don't need him. I'm pretty sure his attack is that he will just trip and fall exactly like that. He does do damage somehow. I guess the present explodes, but he has a chance to just not do damage, I believe. Hold on. We gotta see this.
2,000 years later.
Okay, this game just isn't giving me the 30% chance to just not do any damage. So we're just gonna move on to that show. Wait, no. Okay, I think it's per enemy, because he just didn't damage some of these enemies over here. Yeah, no, this guy has gotten past scot-free multiple times. Gohan, put an end to this tomfoolery. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and upgrade him to his 7th upgrade, which gives him the second passive, Mr. Boo Arrives. So he gains 100% damage, 100% range, and 50% crit rate. Anytime this unit crits, it buffs all allies in range by 10% attack and 15% crit damage for 15 seconds. For Dragon Sphere, aka Dragon Ball units, this buff becomes 20% attack and 30% crit damage for 15 seconds. This effect cannot stack, but the new applications of it will just refresh the duration. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade him all the way. Now you're going to notice his damage is very mid, but he's not meant to be a damage dealer, and in fact, I think this amount of damage is actually generous for him, because I believe even Subaru doesn't have this type of damage, so hold on. Something I actually do want to point out, though, is that while Mr. Satan does buff other units for more damage, you can still buff units with Subaru as well, and you still gain the full 20% extra attack. Okay, this guy's level 1. I didn't mean to set him to level 1, so hold on. I'm gonna go ahead at level 60 and place him down again. Yeah, no, even Subaru, Subaru was like one of the best buffers before, and even now, with a 60% buff right here from his ability and everything, he only has 2.8k DPS, so Mr. Satan is definitely one of the best supports in terms of damage as well. Go ahead and delete Subaru real quick, and now we're going to go ahead and place down some Dragon Ball units so you can actually see this buff take place. So, some of the units that are affected by this are Gohan. You can place down Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta, Goku and Vegeta. You can also place down normal Vegeta. He is also buffed by that Mr. Satan passive. And the best one of all that gets buffed here is actually just Gogeta. Gogeta straight up gets another buff from this, and it's crazy. I will say that he's probably the best one you can buff from this whole effect. So if you're using Gogeta, make sure to use Mr. Satan, because then you get that extra crit damage and you get the extra attack, which is very, very useful. Now, I did mention this earlier, but you can still buff all of these units with Subaru, even though they're already buffed by Mr. Satan. So we're gonna go ahead and just place them down, and you can see, yep, all of them got a 10% buff, and then all of them now have a 20% buff from Subaru. So you can still, if I were you, take into consideration the fact you can use Mr. Satan and Subaru if you need, both of these aren't very expensive units, so if you need cheap support, they probably are one of the better options, because I don't think Mr. Satan costs that much. He doesn't cost that much to get the upgrade 7, which is really the upgrade you need him at. Anything past upgrade 7 does not help his support any better. What does help him be a better support, though, is equipping a Turbo Granny Nature Familiar, because that gives him an extra 10% crit chance, so you're more likely to have constant uptime on the second passive, where you're buffing all of your units. And then you also get a tiny, very tiny bit of extra nature damage, which he is a nature unit. So I would highly recommend that, because any bit of damage helps this, because he does not have good damage. The only bad thing about his entire kit is that he gives critical damage and not chance. So really, unless your Dragon Ball units have Deadeye, or you're just using Gohan, for example, because Gohan does get some more crit, he does get crit chance, I think. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. He does have some he does have a little bit of crit chance, but unless you're running Deadeye on him, Mr. Satan really won't help him out a lot. But he does synergize very well with Boo, who I will be showing in the next I'll be showing him in the next video, so make sure you look out for that. But yeah, guys, that was the showcase. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you're on the lookout for my next video, which is going to be showcasing the Boo unit. Hold on, I'm going to be showcasing this guy right here. I got lucky to get the shiny. I am just going to stick with Blitz. We're not going for a better trait than that. But yeah, make sure to look out for that video, and then after I'm done with that one, I'll be making a video ranking every single unit from this update. So keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, that's about it. Have a good day. Good luck on the grind. I will see you guys next time. That's about it. See ya.
My name